Hello, everyone. Good evening. Let's go, baby. I think I'm working. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Awesome. So here we are. This is the big test. We got Baby Yoda in the background. We got some candles. We got my most glorious, what's it called? Cosmic powder slash, which is sweet. And yeah, 601. So I don't know if you guys have been following along. How long have you guys been following along for? Oh, and this is my first live thing on YouTube, so let's see how this all works. So if you want to write some comments, say what's up when you arrive, that'd be awesome. But I don't know if you guys have been following, but I drew some cards out on January 1st, and this month it's March 1st today. And this month it was the death card, which is transformation and making things amazing. And I actually really enjoy the death card because it means an old way of life has happened and you are transforming into a new way of being. And that's really, really cool. So let's get started. Everyone's popping on. Looks like we got 2 people now. Make sure you have a piece of paper or a journal and a pen for this first section. So basically, this whole overview is let's see here. This is gonna be a 4-part series. So this first one's all about inner child. I kind of want to do a journey through your phases of life, and I think the first 3 will be phases. So this first one's going to be when you're a child, when you're a baby, and how that morphed you into a more grand human. And then we start exploring and figuring out the other parts of your being and your psyche and your spirit. So it's going to be very interesting and very awesome. I'm not sure where to look at. I think I'll be looking up there. Don't mind the eyesight. I'm a filmmaker, so the eyesight's bugging me a little bit, but we'll figure this all out. So I think it's pretty sweet. Wow, I don't know I had that much purple though. Lots of purple. So as you come on, you're welcome to ask any questions. I'm going to post on Instagram. Make sure Tegan. Oh yeah, I gotta send it to my sis. Make sure she pops on. And I'm gonna say we're live. Let's go. I think we'll just do a live one right here. So whoever's here, we'll do a live story. What's up? Just popped on live. Go check the link out in the bio, and yeah, we're about to start. Just popped on live. You guys gonna see the full process. Go check the link out. Sick. All right. So, is anybody there? You could just type in the deal. Let's see, I'm gonna type something. Hi, everyone. Okay. So, what's been awesome, we just had a full moon. It wasn't an intense full moon for me. I don't know what happened with you guys, but the full moon was very revealing of past emotions and past ways of being. And I could definitely feel why the death card got pulled for this month, because I definitely feel like I'm transforming phases of life. Just like we were talking Burning Man with one of my old Burning Man friends, or with a new friend I met. We were talking about Burning Man, and Jimmy's like, Crow went to the old Burning Man, and I was like, couldn't believe it, because I've completely transformed from that old being, and so has Burning Man. So it's crazy re-looking at your old phases of your own life and seeing how that manipulates and how you interact with new people. So I think we should start getting into it. So Make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen. And what this is going to be about is your inner child. So the first thing we want to do is first let's get into the state. So everyone just get relaxed, find a very relaxed, comfortable position, and just do a nice deep breath to kind of get yourself situated and in tune with the universe. So let's just do one nice, easy breath. Breathe in and out. Okay. You don't have to, we're not meditating yet. But feel the vibrations, feel those, the universal intelligence coming in. And this first thing we're going to do is we are going to go way back. We're going to go preschool. They say old school, we're going preschool. So what I want you to think about when you were really young, when you had maybe your first memory you've ever had, or maybe your first feeling you've ever had that you can remember, and try to recall that and write that down. So what was your very first memory that you can remember? So for me, I remember being in my little kid's room and I had a race car bed. And I just remember sitting in the race car bed. I think I must have been 7 or I don't even know how young. But that's one of my earliest memories. And whether it's good or bad, everything's good on the table tonight. And another thing you have to remember is that when you are in the inner child state, this is when you're super tapped into the universe. So this is everything from this stage of life is very in tune with universal intelligence and the spirit world. So, and you don't have to at all. You can keep it to yourself. But sometimes when you write in the comments where you have been, or the questions I'm asking, if you would answer them in the comment box, then it lets everyone else know, and it lets the universe know that you are letting it know. So it's just a more powerful statement when you do that. The next thing I want you to remember is remember your happiest childhood memory. So your happiest moment. For me, the happiest moment was we went to Disneyland and I went on Star Tours for the very first time, and that just blew my little human mind. I thought we went to outer space and we landed back on planet Earth, and I think I told Mom, up high, up high. And from that point on, I was fascinated with science fiction and the ways of the Jedi. So that is one of my happiest memories ever. Next one is, what's your scariest moment when you're in the child? Try to think from sub 8 years old and younger. That's when it's like your brain is in full child mode. So let's see here. Something scary from childhood. Think of something scary from childhood. I think one of the scariest times was we were throwing rocks in the river and I got hit in the head with a rock. It's hardcore and I was bleeding out of my head and everything. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I was very scared for mental and physical and well-being. And I think seeing Dad's face in that moment, um, I think got me more scared. Like I wasn't that scared. I was like, "What happened?" But seeing a parent's face of terror often reflects onto you. So that's what we're going to be working on. And again, this is all very light work. So if nothing pops up, if you don't really remember anything, just keep your mind open. And through the meditation part of this exercise, um, things should start bubbling up. And you should, like, you will be able to answer some of these questions while we're going through this meditation. So happiest and scariest. And I think that's pretty on point. So first memory, happy, scary. I think that's a great little base. If you guys have any questions at all, just make sure you just type it into the bar, but it's pretty straightforward stuff. Alrighty. Let's get into this. I'm going to put on some frequencies, baby. Let's go to this one. Okay. All right. Here we go into the meditation part. Find somewhere comfortable to sit, somewhere you could even lay down if you'd like to, but be careful that don't fall asleep. But just find someplace comfortable where you can be attentive and inside your body, even though you might go outside your body. But make sure you have a good structured sitting position where you can totally fully relax. So get your spine straight and your butt relaxed. This is very playful. This is inner child work. So let's go. So we're going to start with 3 deep breaths. Slowly breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And let your gaze slowly feel heavy. Finally, in the last breath, breathe in and out. Slowly close your eyes and feel your body fully relax. From the top of your head down to your toes. This is a great area of peace and well-being and tranquility. Okay. Imagine yourself back into that room or that place where your first memory occurred. Put yourself in that room or in that place, in the mountains, in nature, by the beach, in the park, at your parents' house, wherever that may be. Put yourself back to where that earliest memory occurred. What do you see around you? What do you hear? Who's there with you? Are you by yourself? What feelings do you feel right now? Enjoy this space. This is your inner child. This is who you were before you learned everything you knew, before everything you know now. As you're in this room experiencing your younger self, you look over your shoulder and you see a taller, bigger person. That is you today. You are now looking at your younger self. You look up and you don't feel any fear, any scared. All you feel is warmth and well-being and love. You now sit down next to your younger self. You let your love overcome you and spill over to your younger self. And you start to play with your younger self. You now remember your happiest moment when you were a kid. And you express that to yourself, to your older being. And as this happens, you are completely in bliss. You're the happiest people on the entire planet. As you're doing this, as you're spreading this love of happiness and well-being, you get to feel, you get to love, you get to be. In this embrace of love, your younger self brings up the scary thing that happened to you, brings up the scary emotion, brings up the terror that you felt. But through all your trials and tribulations, your older self hugs your younger self and reminds you that everything's okay, and the love will heal all of those scary terror wounds. As you do this, your younger self says, remember who you were, how tapped in you were, where you could be happy, playing in the dirt, playing with the simplest things, and in that play, you were happy, the childlike love. And your older self hugs your younger self. And in this moment, please let your younger self know the new knowledge that you know now. Take these next 3 breaths to go deep, because in this space, you are talking to your pure inner child. So I'm going to give you a little time to be in this space. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax and ask that deep question from your soul. Let that question sink deeply inside your psyche and being. And in this moment, hug your younger self. Give your younger self all the love and confidence to take on the world. Because in this love, anything is possible. As you pass this knowledge and love to your younger self does the same back to you. And as you say goodbye, remember this feeling of love and happiness and how you can conquer all scary things. And as you let the scary things happen, you know that you have the confidence and the love to tackle any situation. You say goodbye to your younger self. Farewell. Not farewell, but I will see you. I will see you soon. And as you close your door to the childhood room, or you leave the park, or you leave that area of your very first memory, you know in your soul that everything's going to be okay. And that all things and all beings will move mountains in order for you to become your brightest light that you've ever been. You slowly come back to your body, and you're inside your own body again. You slowly breathe back into your own body, and your eyes and your heart slowly get lifted up. And in this moment, you can open your eyes or keep them closed, but remember to take your time coming back. Wow, guys. I don't know who was talking there, but when I do these things, I often feel like I'm not here, or some other force takes over and says these words. I wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen today, but that was very moving for me. That was this huge figure. I was both the inner child and the older person. We were just chatting, loving each other. That was pretty wild. So remember, whatever happened in your meditation, if there's anything new that popped up, write that down in your journal, because we will use those points in the future parts. And just remember that all the things that boil up, they often boil up for certain reasons for you to deal with and for you to overcome in life. So take all these things lightly, but also deeply. Don't go too hard on yourself, and just remember that feeling you've had of that perfect okayness that you've had with your younger self, and that child, that inner child. So your goal for tomorrow is go do something that your inner child would do, where your first memory was connected. Go take your inner child out for a little play date. But just take 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be very long. If you have work, or if you're doing something fun, just take a moment tomorrow and take your younger self on a play date. All right. I think that's it. Any questions, anybody? Baby Yoda enjoyed it for sure. He's 50 years old, so his inner child is pretty on point. His inner child, I can't even imagine what his first memory is. But thank you, everyone, for joining that did. And I think I'm just gonna rally right through this four-part series. So I think I'm just gonna go 6 o'clock each night for the next 3 nights. So if you're around and available, hop on, and we'll see you there. Oh, and yeah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe deal, and like button, and be sure to message me if you have any questions that you don't want to share with everybody else, or if you have any ideas or any input that's not negative input, but constructive feedback, I would say. For sure, let me know. So have a wonderful evening, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow night. All right. Cheers, everybody. Let's hear the mouses. Ow, aho, and I'm so glad you got to see your inner child tonight. Peace.